Welcome back, everybody! Welcome to another episode in the Legendlands. As you guys can see, I am here at the wall, and today we are going to get started on the inner wall. Which is going to be so cool, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. So let's get started. Alright guys, check it out. So we have started the inner wall. We have inversed the wall colors from over there to this, and we changed the color block, which was aquamarine over there, or whatever that is. We changed it to the light blue concrete. It just had a better feel. It made it look a little less dirty than over there, which fits very nicely with the stone, but it does not as necessarily over here. And this inner wall is going to surround the castle, which, as you can see, we started the potential layout. This was a potential layout. However, it is not the actual layout. I have not created such a thing. And as you can see, I also have inversed the hill. So actually, this would be traveling up. However, I won't have enough space to do the castle if I travel upwards, and so I wanted to instead go downwards. And if I was to have this castle be any such way, it would be higher up than lower. I just want enough space to do this castle as much justice as I would like to do it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and as you can see, there's going to be a very, very small walkway in this wall as opposed to what was in that wall. This is just supposed to be the inner wall, and it was supposed to be made at a earlier time period, and that one was made later on and is the home of all the guards and everything like that. I also decided I wanted to make the pathways a little bit more varied than just straight on. And so yeah, we've curved them out a little bit, and I think it looks good. I think it looks fine. But I've got a lot of work to do, so I will see you in a moment. Alright. I get so absorbed in things and getting things moving that you guys just, I have to stop and press record at certain times. So as you guys can see, I finished this second quadrant of the inner wall. So yeah, and I like it. I like it a lot. We are now to this section right here, which I just kind of want to fill in. And as you can see, we've got some trees that are lining the pathway there. We're gonna make them a little bit better looking than this. But in the middle here, we are going to put in a labyrinth. And that's really gonna be fun. A lot of fun for me. I love building labyrinths. And we get to put in all kinds of little things, and it's going to be a lot of fun for me. So I obviously have a little bit of work to do. I don't even know how this maze is going to work, but I shall show you guys in just a moment. Check it out! We got the grass in. So this is just going to be a nice little undercoat. Obviously, there's no texture to it. I haven't figured out the landscaping or anything like that. I've also been contemplating making these into palm trees instead of just like the jungle trees and everything. I just think it would be really, it would fit. This is a castle. Castles had access to transplanting plants all over the place, and they love to do it. And so, would they have tropical trees for some reason lining all the way up to the castle? Absolutely. Should they have had them? Probably not. But it would make sense that they would have them. And I think it would make them look a little bit nicer, a little less rigid, because the only thing that would be dealing with these would be giraffes to make them this square and everything, and I don't really want to make them lollipops. I am gonna figure out the design of the maze and everything, and figure out where there is going to be a gazebo, because I always love to have a gazebo somewhere in the maze. It just gives you a nice break point. I'm also considering making this maze symmetrical. So, as you guys can hear, my task list grows on, and I need to get to work. Check it out, guys! So we got in some of the path linings for the roadways, and I love them. I love them so much. I think that it makes both pathways look so much more regal and like you're headed towards a castle. Also great in terms of security. Then you still have something to hide behind and can maneuver around. Also, we're going to create the maze really quickly here, and it's going to look awesome. We also have our first palm tree, which I love the looks of. I think it looks super cute, and I'm hopeful that all the rest of them turn out just the same in the cuteness factor. Anyway, I got a lot of work to do. Be right back. Check it out, guys. We got all of the trees in on one side. I like them. I like all the palm trees so much. Palm trees are tricky, man. I'm learning that. We got a cute little palm tree that we're gonna make on the other side as well. It's just got its baby leaves in right now and everything, so it hasn't quite unfurled. I wish that I could somehow make glass work in here as well, but it really doesn't work. So we just have to kind of go with it. And as you can see, we figured out the dimensions of the gazebo, and we've already started on the maze. One of the biggest things always to remember with the hedge maze, though, is to not cut yourself off too much. You still want people to be able to get through. I have been designing it as I go along. I want to make sure that people from this point could get to that point, and from another point, like let's say here, they could potentially reach this point. They could potentially reach some other point that I will have along here, and then we're gonna have something up here as well. That's kind of where we are at. I love how this is coming, and obviously if somebody was to get lost in the maze, all they would have to do from this side is just jump up and down, and the guards would be able to see from up top as to where they are and be able to help them. So, you know, we want to make sure people are still being safe in the maze. The other thing is I use spruce just because I like the color differential. And we are going to create some pathways in here of the more treaded pathways. Check it out, guys. We have all of the pathways in. We have the gazebo in, which I really like. I think it turned out super cute, and yeah. And then we even included a small little pond over here. Now, we are still not fully finished. We need to add lighting. We need to turn these grassy, mossy pathways into something that's actually walkable and looks nice. So we are going to add some pathways in here, and we need to make it a little less green. That way people can walk on it, but maybe more like dirt pathways or something. This is a well-traveled maze, and so I think that it deserves to look it. Also, all the trees are, well, the tops are all finished. And you still need to make them all look all twisty and everything. So that's on the to-do list. Point and laugh at the cheaters! Cheaters! You cannot walk on top of the hedge maze just so that you can figure out how to get through it. I am sorry, but no, that is cheating. Alright, so we are finished with the maze. As you can see, we've even got the dirt pathways in, and we've got some covered areas because the sun comes from this way to that way, which obviously means the sun's about to set. Certain pathways would be within the sunlight all day, so we want to make sure that we have some nice covered areas. We've got all the palm trees. Some of them are straight, and that is perfectly fine, and some of them are very wonky curves. So that was a lot of fun to be able to do. We have the seating in with little shelters above some of them, and we have the waterfall. And still working on getting the timing for this correct, but I will be eventually getting it. Still having to figure things out. But we have all the walkways in, as you guys can see, and that was a lot of work. Put in the different elevations at different places and all sorts of things. And we even have the gazebo finished with the 4 large oak trees surrounding it. So very, very nice. And we just turned on all the lights, so you guys get to see this at nighttime. Yeah, so there are walkways all over the place. For beginners, I suggest starting up here, because then you can just feed them in, teach them how a maze kind of works, and it gets progressively harder the further down you go, or you know, which side you choose to go. And so if you're really wanting to go with the safe path, pretty much always stay right on here, and then if you want to get a little more complex, then you start going to the left side. And then once you are okay and you know that you're not scared of mazes, because a lot of people freak out, then you get to upgrade and come down to the further down maze. And so yeah, it just you know, I wanted to make sure that I was taking into account people's skill levels and everything like that. We wanted to make sure that people were going to be okay. Again, we do have the guard towers that would be able to spot people. We also got in the gazebo, we have all the lanterns with soul lanterns that light up the place and make it look all nice at night. And then we have all the lanterns on the regular side that also make the place come alive. As you guys can see, I've finished the wall a good deal, and we put in the doors and everything like that. So if we come to this side, we can see, ta-da, we have doors here with the shulkers that swivel and everything like that, so these doors would open, and there's enough room for a log to be placed there so that nobody can intrude should they need to do so. And we've got all the candles and lighting in here that would be needed, so those can be replenished and everything like that. And I love it. I've loved working on this project. It's so much fun. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the episode for today. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing what I've been up to. It's been a lot of work, and I'm super excited for future projects. Have a great day, guys. Don't forget to click the like button to subscribe if you want to see more. And stay rosy in that darkness.